move. It's crazy, worry about yourself, nigga, make a move. You steady watching all the winning niggas, you gon' lose.
Ayo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Matvayy, and today I will be bringing you guys a tutorial on how to sync clips. So if you're trying to make a montage, whatever game it is, Fortnite, CSGO, COD, Apex, I don't know, whatever you play, whenever you're trying to make a montage, you want to have your clips synced to make sure that it flows well and looks good. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys today. So first of all, make sure you have After Effects, because this is what we'll be doing this in. So let us go to After Effects. Alright everybody, so once you got your After Effects all loaded up and ready to go, this is the screen you're going to see. Now, what you want to do is make a new project. Or actually, what I usually do is import a song. So first, let's go to YouTube and find ourselves a nice song that won't get us copyrighted to sync our montage to. So take a little bit of time and find a song that you like. Okay, so once you find a good song, I found Lil Tecca Did It Again. That's what I'm going to be using for this tutorial. You want to just find a download for that said song. So I'm just going to look up Lil Tecca Did It Again download. And let's see. Or another thing we can do is go to the official audio on YouTube. So here's the official audio, right? And then we go to YouTube to MP3. That's what you put in your search bar. Click on the first one, it should be ytmp3.cc. Then you go back to your YouTube video, copy the link, and paste it in here, and then click convert. So then once you do that, your video will begin converting. So once the website finishes converting the video, you'll have three options: download, Dropbox, and convert next. Don't click convert next because that's obviously just going to bring you back to the home screen. But I would usually click download, and that's going to send the song straight to your downloads. So once you have this, click and drag the song from down here, and I'll go to your taskbar, hover over After Effects so it brings you into After Effects. Go over here to where your project files would be, and let go and drop it in there. So then we drag it from our project files into our timeline, and this is where we find a good section of the song that we want to use for our clip. Or if you're making a full montage, just use the whole song, and I'll get into that later. But right now, I'm going to find a section of the song that I want to use for a clip, and that has like a good drop, a good like beat and stuff like that, and I'll find that really quick. I will be right back. Okay, so now I've found the good section of my song, and this is the waveform here. So before we get into anything, to pull up the waveform, which is this, it's going to show you where the song gets louder and quieter and stuff like that. It's good for finding drops and sections of the song where a beat comes in. So to pull this up, you double click L on your keyboard while you have the audio file highlighted, and that'll pull up the waveform. So once you've found the good part of your song, if you're doing just a clip, you drag your composition, which is this, to the beginning. So put your time marker, your time indicator, on the part where you want the video or the clip to begin, and then you drag your composition header, this thing right here, over to that clip, and make sure to hold shift so that it snaps to it and you don't like mess it up at all. So then we go and we basically do right click and trim comp to work area. So from here, I'm leaving this back section open right now because I don't know where my clip's going to end. So I'm going to do that later. But right now, we have where it's going to start, and we have the good drop. So next, it's time to import a clip. So go and on your own time, find a clip that you like and import it into this. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So at this point I found some random clip. I'm not doing anything special, just grabbing some clip that I like. And make sure to rename it into anything, just so that you know which clip it is. So next, what you do is you go into After Effects, or actually what you can do is you can simply grab the clip from where it is, from your folder, and drag it into your project files. Now, if you don't want to do that, or if you can't do that for whatever reason, you go into File, Import, File, and then you go into the folder where your clips are, and then you click on your clip and click Import, and that'll bring it into your project files. Then after that, you bring this clip of you playing the game into the timeline. So now we have the clip here. Then we're going to go to the drop, wherever our song drops. And oh yeah, and also, sometimes your clips may record in a different scale. So my clips record at 4K, but I only render in 1080p. So I have to bring my scale down here to 75%. See how this box is too big? So what you do there is you click S on your keyboard and adjust the scale accordingly to how you want it to be. Next, we're going to go to our drop.
It's crazy how they watch a young nigga go move. It's crazy worry about yourself, nigga. Make a move.
Okay, so here's where my drop is right here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a marker there, just so that I can easily get back to that exact section. So to put a marker there, you go over to the end of your composition line, you click and hold on this marker, and you drag it while holding shift right onto your project, your header, or your pinhead. So make sure to hold shift, because as you can see it'll snap to it to make sure you have the precise location. Then right here we're gonna find the point in time in the video where I shoot the guy or kill him. You can either do it where you shoot him or where you kill him. It doesn't matter that much. I usually do where I shoot him, so then I can sync the sound of the heavy sniper or whatever gun I'm using to the point in time where I shoot him. So here we go. I have it synced to exactly where I shoot him. So now when we replay this, I should shoot him exactly when the beat hits. Oh, okay, it lagged. Sometimes it'll do that. To make it lag less, I would recommend clicking here where it says 50% and clicking fit up to 100%. Okay, so as you can see, that is synced to exactly where the beat drops. So now our clip is basically synced. So what I'm going to do now that I know where the end of my clip is, I'm just going to grab this end of the composition header on the right side and drag it back to my pin. And then I'm going to right click in this area, which is called the work area, and I'm going to click trim comp to work area. So now this fills my entire thing, and I know exactly where everything is. So now this is pretty good. It's synced. You know, you could end here, you could put this in your montage if you wanted to, but what this video is mainly about is called time remapping and speed ramping. So in order to time remap, so at the beginning of this video you saw this clip time remapped and everything, so you saw how it started quick and then got slower and got quicker and got slower, whatever. So that's what I'm going to teach you guys how to do. So make sure you have your layer selected and click Ctrl Alt T on your keyboard, which is going to bring up the time remapping option. Now if this is the end of your clip here, there's already a keyframe there, which is good. That's what we want. But we want to go to the beginning of our clip and add a keyframe here as well. And then you will also go to where you shoot, where the beat drops, and add a keyframe there. So now what this helps us do is it's going to keep these points in time still, and it's going to stay there, but it's going to allow us to adjust the speed of the video in between these points in time. So that's how we can speed ramp. So then what you want to do is you want to select all of these keyframes on the bottom here and click F9 on your computer, on your keyboard. If you don't want to click F9 or you can't find it for whatever reason, you click here. Actually, no, I don't know how to do that. Just click F9. That's what I usually do. So then, with all of these selected, with all of your keyframes selected, you're going to want to click this button here, which is the graph editor. So now that we're in the graph editor, you can see this wavy line in front of you, which is the different speeds of the video. So as it goes more vertical, the video gets faster. As it goes more horizontal, the video gets slower. So as you can see right now, we start pretty slow, we get faster, we go slow through the shot, and then we get faster towards the end as well. So that's what it should look like now, if it doesn't lag. So as you can see, he speeds up here. As you can see, he speeds up, and then he's going to slow down here, and the shot's going to be very slow, which does not look good. This generally does not look good. In some types of montages it does, but in this one it does not. So that's what we're going to change. So here, the general shape that you want to go for, if it doesn't look good slow motioning the shot, is you want to make the time through the shot go quicker. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this first box right here, which is your first keyframe, and then this is going to pull up the pins for the first two keyframes on the left side. And now you want to drag this pin and bring it up to around here. It doesn't really matter that much now, we're going to be playing around with it more later. And then you're going to drag this pin down here. So there you go. Now you have the proper shape for this side, and then on this side you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to make this line here, this first line, flow into the second line. So you do not want the first line to go like this and then the second line to go straight up, because that's going to cause some ugly like frame messes and stuff like that. So you want to make the first line flow well into the second line, like that, as you can see. And then we're going to do the same shape here, so up, then horizontal, and then up. So now we're going to see what this looks like, see if we like it. Okay, so that was a little bit too fast for me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down this part, and I'm going to slow it down after it. So then what we can do here is bring this higher up, or actually keep it generally low. Okay, so obviously since this is a very long clip, it's about 40 seconds long. Wait, no, it's not, I'm stupid, it's like 20 seconds long. But since it's a very long clip, we have a long section of slow motion right here along this line. So what I'll do, so obviously you want to play the video, see if it looks good. If it doesn't look good, you can try this. You can put this here, like this, so that it starts slow and then slowly ramps up, and then here you can do the same thing, except reversed. So you can, if you hear my dad yelling in the background, that's because he's watching the World Cup. So now we have it slow, and then it goes fast through the shot, and then slow again. So now I'm gonna watch it, see if it's a bit too fast for me. Okay, yeah, that's too fast for me. So what I'm gonna do here, drag this pin out further so that it's more even, and then put that there. So now it's a bit slower, because if the clip's too fast, it's not gonna look good. You're not gonna be able to see what's going on. So now we're gonna watch this again. Okay, now that looks good. Now, what we generally want to do after this, so now that our clip's synced, I'm just going to add this next part into our video because our clip is synced, the time ramping looks good, and this is just for tutorial purposes. I would obviously do a lot more fiddling. I would make it look a whole lot better for an actual montage, but since this is just a tutorial, I'm just doing this quickly, showing you guys the basics so that you can get the hang of it and do it your own way. Because I don't want you guys exactly copying what I do. It's not that I care about it, I just want you guys to develop your own style and be able to make your own montages. So, after this, it's synced already. But what I will do now is I will generally just get rid of the background audio, because we just don't need it. We just need the shot. So then I'm going to go into a website that I have saved here. It's called the MKE Edits Fortnite Pack, and I'm going to link his video down below, just so that he gets credit for everything, and make sure that I'm not selling this stuff as my own, because this is not my own. I did not make this. I just use it. And then you go into gunshot editing sounds, and I'm going to click Control F and search up heavy. So now I find the heavy sniper, I open it up, and then I click download. So now the heavy sniper shot is downloaded. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click and hold, drag it into my Adobe After Effects project files here, and then I'm going to add it here underneath the video. And now the heavy sniper shot should be there. Okay, obviously that is way too loud. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to audio. I usually like negative 18 decibels. So there we go, that should be better now. That's good. I want to make it a bit louder. Okay, now that sounds good. So there we go. Now I'm just going to trim this clip so it doesn't just start at a random time. I'm going to make it start at a nice beat and then end at a nice beat as well.
It's crazy how they watch a young nigga go move. It's crazy worry about yourself, nigga, make a move.
Now if you want to, if you end up trimming again, what you can do is you can just literally move this keyframe here, and then that will make the video more adjusted to your new trim. But sometimes that'll mess it up, and sometimes it just looks better with the original thing. So now you see that speeds it up as well. So I'm just going to bring the keyframe back here. I'm going to move this here just because I want it to be trimmed down a bit more. Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to end it right here on this beat. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the keyframes in their spots because I like the way that it flows through the shot right now. You can obviously change that if you want to. It's all up to personal preference. And then, so this is our basic clip. I would obviously add CC, film, like film burn, film distortion, stuff like that, all other kinds of stuff for a full montage to make it look better. But this is basic syncing. So now that we're done with this, I'm going to trim this once again. And since we're in After Effects, once we have our completed video file, we're going to click File, Export, Add to Render Queue. Then we're going to check this, or we have to do this first. So click on Lossless. I usually use AVI, then RGB colors, and make sure the audio output is on auto or on. So click OK for that. Go to Best Settings. Make sure you are using this comp's frame rate to not have frame rate drops and stuff like that. Make sure your quality is at best, resolution's at full, and then click OK. So then you're going to go to Output 2 and specify wherever you want this to go. So I'm going to put this in my Final Vids folder. I'm going to title this Did It Again Tutorial. So there we go. Now that that's saved, we check this box here next to render, and then we click render here, and it's going to render our video. If your video ends up rendering slow, you can click caps lock to disable this preview here, and that's going to help it render a little bit quicker. So for for longer videos, that's really good to do, as it will hurry up the rendering process. As a general 3-minute montage will take 4 hours to render, maybe more, if you really have a lot of effects in there and stuff like that. So there we go. It's now rendered. When you hear that sound, it's rendered. And we can X out of this. Make sure to save changes to your project, just to make sure that you have it to go back to, just in case something happens. And then we're going to go to our video and make sure to check it out, make sure it looks good. There we go. So it's synced and it's good. So that's good. So that's how you sync clips in Adobe After Effects. I thank you all for watching. I appreciate you clicking on this video. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed this. And make sure to comment down below what other tutorials you want next. And also comment on my montages, certain timestamps of stuff like that, if you want me to explain how I did it and give you a tutorial on how to do that. Also, I will be putting out tutorials for my Photoshop projects. So my stream, transitions, all kinds of stuff like that, my banners and all of that. So make sure to keep an eye on that for now. So I'll see you guys later. Make sure to check out my stream, make sure to drop a sub, and thank you all for watching. Peace out.